The last time we talked, we were able to, you know, see faulty foundation and distrust as a factor that can make two to be worse than one. Yes, as a factor that can make two to be worse than one. So today we want to continue. There's one serious factor that can make your two worse than one. And in physics, we call it like times repel and unlike times, attract. Your two can be worse than one when you have the same attitude. Mm. When you have the same attitude, you can kinda maybe he's hot temper and you're also hot temper. That home cannot stand. Your two will be worse than one. Maybe you are proud and the other one too is a peacock. So nobody want to bend. Nobody want to bend for each other. And the English people say two rams cannot drink in the same bucket. They will lock horns. The woman want to be the boss. The man want to be the boss. Your two will be worse than one. Yes, your two will be worse than one because you have the same attitude, the same anger problem, the same pride, the same rudeness. The man is rude, the woman is rude. So nobody is bending from one another. So that home will continue to be hot. You know, but if you want things to work, then one have to be the engine, another one have to be the radiator. When the engine like it being hot all the time, is heating up, then the radiator will be saying, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. But if the two of you is hot, hot, I wonder how the home can stand. Definitely sure your two will be worse than one. So when we have the same temperament, when we have the same negative attitude, when the two of you cannot bend, there'll be problem. There'll be problem. So that's why the physics in physics they say like times repel, unlike times attract. So if the two of you is having the same character, then there'll be a problem. Then sometimes why two are worse than one is the problem of money and sex. Go and listen to one of my talk on why women like money too much. Yes, I talk about these two, sex and money. Yes, do you know why this can cause a problem? I'll tell you today. Because money and sex, they are not born again. Mm, mm, mm. They are not born again. So forget about anointing. Forget about holiness. The only way you can manage money and sex in the home front is dialogue. You have to discuss it. Sit down, sit yourself down and discuss issue of money and sex. On sex, this is the way you are doing it. I don't like it. Oh, please, when you are doing, do it this way, do it that way. Talk on it. Don't be grumbling inside. If you keep grumbling inside, before you know, the day there will be outbursts, there will be problem. Oh. There will be problem. And the same thing with the issue of money. Talk about it. Sit yourself down and discuss it. Let there be dialogue. When a situation whereby the two of you are not in talking mood, some people will go on and even be keeping malice between husband and wife just because of money issue. And those are the two things that mostly cause problem. If it is not money, it is sex. So if it is not discussed, you are playing with fire. That home cannot stand. So the only way out is dialogue. Dialogue. Discuss it. You know, let him know what you like, what you don't like. Let her know what you like and what you don't like. That's what is going to help you out. So, money and sex can make your marriage worse, the two of you worse than one. Yes. So, discuss it. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you continue to have what? Problem and problem and problem. Another serious issue is maturity. You see, the two can be worse than one if the two parties are not mature or one party is not mature. Yes, you have to be mature. You have to have a large heart. You know, marriage is a training ground for the two of you. So you are bound to offend each other. Offense will definitely come in. Like they used to say, even the teeth and the tongue fight. So there will be misunderstanding. But maturity is what we, manage the whole thing. Maturity will, call for dialogue. Maturity will call for understanding. But when you have two immature people, or one is immature, that's a problem. And what are the signs of immaturity? A situation where anything that happens, hey, you are calling your father, you are calling your mother, you are calling your sisters to come and intervene in the situation of your house, to come and scold your wife for you, or to come and scold your husband for you. Sorry, you're very, very mature. You are still. The Bible says, for this reason shall a man live. So you have not left. You have either you're a man or woman. Once you have the habit of calling the third party for everything, or to discussing your family all about, hey, my husband this, my husband that, my wife this, my wife that, is sign of immaturity. Unnecessary complaint. And you want your family to stand. The two shall be worse than one. So you have to have a large heart. You have to learn how to understand. You have to learn how to call for dialogue. That's the only thing that can save it. Be mature, please. Call in maturity. Otherwise, you have not left. You are still in your father's house. You are only in a man's house, or you are only keeping a woman, but you are still in your father's house. Your mother is still tying you with her apron. I'm not insulting, but I'm telling you the truth, what is causing problem. So that's the number 5 point. Your two can be worse than one if the two of you are not mature, or if one party is not mature. The home will continue to be worse. So if that is what is causing problem in your home, may God grant the immature maturity. Or if it is the two of you, may God grant you maturity. Stop discussing your family with others. Learn how to solve it. Whatever problem, let's have to manage it and solve it by yourself. It's very, very important. So another factor that can make your marriage and can make the two of you worse than one is high expectation. What did I say? High expectation. Let me tell you the truth. Anytime you are expecting too much, you'll be disappointed too much. Anytime you are expecting too much, you'll be disappointed too much. The degree of your expectation is directly proportional to the degree of your disappointment. So never expect too much from anybody, from anybody. And that's what Jesus taught us in Matthew 9. He said he did not give himself to men because he knows what is in mind. He is not expecting much from men. So don't expect too much from your husband. Don't expect too much from your wife. Maybe that's the reason why you are getting disappointed. Maybe that's the reason the marriage is becoming boring. Maybe that's the reason you feel that you want to opt out. It's because you came in with too much expectation. You want the husband to be all in all. You want the wife to be the perfect one. Abba, Say you are not perfect. Are you perfect? So in terms of character, in terms of provision, in terms of don't expect too much. Too much expectation bring about too much disappointment. And before you know, you just get tired of the whole thing. And the next thing you want to opt out because your expectation has been dashed. So maybe you marry him because he's a doctor. He's a doctor. That's the reason why you marry him. Because he's this, he's that. And when you came, you eventually came in, he's not meeting up. So please lower your expectation of anybody in this life. The only person you may expect too much from is God. Oh. That is why the Bible said, never put your trust in a man. Woe to him that put his dependence on a man.